Holy shit, Jason Bourne, 17.6. That's a big win. YouTube, what is up? It is Monday. It is a beautiful day outside, and it is the start of another phase of the program. We got another 9 to 10-ish week block of this program before we branch off and go and try something new. But these next 9 to 10 weeks, we are gonna get the fuck after this program. Try to hit a big snatch PR, and most importantly, a big clean PR, just because it's been a while since we've hit a big clean PR. But we're gonna dial in, we're gonna get after it. As we're talking about dialing in, we were not dialed in this weekend. We had the girlfriend visiting from Boston. She was hanging out. We indulged a little too many pancakes and then probably not enough active recovery this weekend, and the body is feeling it. She is sitting in the coffee shop behind me right now waiting for me to finish up, so we're gonna have to rush through this little lift a little bit or she's going to murder me. We're still gonna get after everything today. We're gonna start off today with some double broad jumps with the 20-pound ball. Week 4 of this process into setting a big, massive double broad PR. It's coming, it's gonna be sweet. Then we got some jump mat verticals today. Then we got 8 sets of 1 on the snatch, 4 sets of 2 on the cleans, 4 sets of 3, I believe, on the front squats. Let me check. 4 sets of 3 on the front squats, and the work starts back up again today, and we're gonna get after it. Let's go make this bread. Let's get it. I forgot to mention in the intro, we were busting out Embrace North's new swag. Got gifted with it this morning. It's pretty fire. You know, when you get gifted a shirt, you gotta wear it the day of. So we're representing right there. Has nothing to do with the fact that we ate probably 40 pancakes this weekend and 40 cookies this weekend. It's probably also more likely the cause of the shirt being on right now. But if you are in the Minneapolis area and you need a spot for a sauna and ice tub, if you're not checking out Embrace North, you're leaving gains on the table, and they got some sweet merch, so check them out. Let's go get this PR here. We got 17.2 on these is the goal to beat on this 20-pound med ball broad jump. Again, for people joining the channel right now, we got a little double broad jump experiment. So we started off with 25-pound broad jumps for 2 weeks. Now we got 20-pound broad jumps for 2 weeks. This is our second week of these. Then we're gonna go to 15, then we're gonna go to 10, then we're gonna go back to regular broad jumps after that and try to hit a massive double broad jump PR. So little challenge here we got going. Let's rip. Ooh. First jump, not ideal. First jump was like how I feel right now. 16.5, we gotta get going. Ooh. All right, a little bit closer. 16.8. We are sticking to the ground right now. We need to pop out. Probably gonna jump till we hit a PR. Still feeling pretty dead inside. Gotta open up a little bit. Let's go. Oh, better, but oh my God. Feels like we're sticking. Oh, that was actually pretty close. That's a 17 feet, right on the mark. Okay. Let's do it in 2 more jumps. Give me at least 17.3. Feels like I'm stuck to the ground right now. Not allowing myself to get out, bro. 2 more here, come on. Oh my God, bro. And that's probably close, right at 17.2.5-ish, which is what I jumped last time, but I feel like I'm stuck in the ground, bro. Let's go get this, come on. All right. I just watched that on replay, and it was better on replay than what it felt, so that's good. It's kind of cool to watch the lower body create the rotation. You watch the knees, it's creating that rotation that the upper body typically creates. It's kind of cool when you take the upper body away, how the lower body will go and do what it needs to do. Kind of sick. Let's get this jump. Come on. Ooh, come on. I need a better system here. Gotta see where I'm actually at. Let's pull this tight. That's a straight line. Straight line from here. Okay, 17.3, right at a PR. I should have put the cone on the other side. I'm gonna try and jump closer to this one just so I can get a better measurement. Last jump here, let's go. Ooh, holy shit, Jason Bourne, 17.6. That's a big win. That one felt good. All right, 17.6.5 almost. That's dope. That one's for sure a no-doubter. Let's get to some vertical jumps. All right, now we just got jump mats here. We got 3 of them. Goals to get to 32 today. They're not feeling amazing. Nothing's feeling amazing today, but hopefully we dial in for these snatches. And it's just the quick twitch. The pancakes are slowing down the quick twitch. That makes sense. That's karma. Let's go. Ooh. 31.3. I'm a bot. 2 more. Oh, come on. 31.4, I'm ass. Oh my God, that actually felt good too. Fuck me, bro. One more jump here. God dang, I'm embarrassing. Ooh. 31.6. All right, we got one more. One more in us. One more for glory. I feel like I'm absolutely planted in the ground today, like a fucking seed, bro. What in the world? Ooh! 32.6. That one felt a little squattier on that landing because it did not feel great. I did not mean to land that late, but we're gonna take the big win of 32.6 today and count it as legit. Let's go. Now for snatches, we got 8 sets of 1 at 215 pounds here. We got 1 snatch, trying to do a full snatch into an overhead squat, building up that bottom position. Let's keep going. Just trying to get confident at that bottom position. The shoulders get a little yanky-janky when I get underneath it, and just really want to build up a good base there. So let's get it. Ooh. Elbow did not love that overhead squat. It feels pretty knotty in there, but we're still gonna keep building it up until it breaks on us. Let's get it. Second set here. Ooh. Ooh, let's go. Woo. For how slow and lethargic the body is feeling today, bar's moving decent for what I want it to here. Taking about 1:30 in between each set here, just to kind of rush it up for the girlfriend in the coffee shop so she doesn't murder me. Let's get it. Ooh, a little sloppy, shit. All right, halfway point here. Let's make it a little cleaner. Let's go. Sloppy, damn. Feeling like the hips are jammed. Like I'm not getting my feet wide enough to sink into them. I'm just going forward. So the pull on the bar feels really good. If I was powering this, it would be really good powers, but trying to sink into that full is a struggle bus right now, but we're sticking with the approach. Stick with the approach. Just because things don't work doesn't mean you change the approach. Keep working. 1 rep at a time. Let's go. There we go. Ooh. Woo. Set number 6 here. Let's go. God damn. All right, 2 more sets here. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Let's go. All right, final set here. We're kind of dragging ass, but 1 rep at a time. That's all you got to do. On days when you're not feeling it, check, check, check. Check the boxes. Let's go. There we go. Get to some cleans. Holy shit. Finish up those snatches, crushing our intra-workout Rival protein shake. Today we got 1 scoop of the mass gainer in there, 1 scoop of the whey protein in there, 1 banana. We got 40 grams of protein in here with a little bit of carbs, keeping me fueled for the workout. We got 4 sets of 2 on these cleans here, trying to keep it power, trying to keep it moving. 275 on the bar. Let's go. Shit tastes fire. Let's go. Ooh. Ew. Slop. All right, before we hit the second set, I got the question asking about barefoot shoes. Was it a thumbs up or a thumbs down emoji? And generally, I'm gonna give them a thumbs down emoji just because they give everybody the ick when they see you wearing them. And it's really not even because of the look of the shoe anymore. They have some cool barefoot shoes. It's usually just the typical person wearing the barefoot shoes that gives you the ick. And when you wear your barefoot shoes, you associate yourself with some of those people, which are like the biohacking people that will do every small detail right and none of the big details right, to the point in which they're doing barefoot shoes and walking around with barefoot shoes and grounding and haven't trained or ate right in years. If you already have a pair and you like them, keep them and keep using them. They're sweet. I just think most people are sold on the oversold on the lie and oversold on the promise that they're gonna do much more than they do. And this is coming from somebody that has all of their athletes train barefoot and has had that happen for probably like 7 to 8-ish years. With our new turf, I'm trying to switch people over to wearing more shoes just because the new turf isn't as great barefoot and there's a lot of slippage going on, so the shoe's a little bit better for that. But I think as long as you're dedicating some of your program to taking care of the ankles and feet and just going barefoot at some parts of your program, I do not think you need to be barefoot all day, every day. Like, take your shoes off when you get home, train your feet and ankles with some plyometrics, some calf raises, some isometrics, and then just train normally with shoes and walk around with normal shoes, and I think you're gonna be just fine. And maybe, again, this is coming from the bias of somebody that does train their athletes barefoot and is barefoot a lot of their lives compared to most people. But I do just think it's like majoring in the minor details when you start focusing on barefoot shoes. So if you like them and you have them, there's nothing negative that they're gonna do, obviously. I just think the positives for the price point and mostly just the gross marketing that is kind of sold around these things is a little overhyped and probably not worth the price of admission to have them. Just get a regular pair of shoes and then train your feet and ankles like you're supposed to train your feet and ankles, right? Let's get the second set here. Let's go. And the barefoot rant is, I want the people to know where I'm coming from, like as a human. I think I have changed my stance on this a little bit. Like, I was much more anti-equipment very early on in my career, and I was sold a lot of the bullshit of some of this anti-equipment type training, and it was almost like this like functional way of training where they were like told, you don't have a belt on the field, why do you have a belt in the weight room? Or your heels aren't elevated in the weight on the field, why should they be elevated here? You're just cheating your ankle range of motion. And I kind of fell for that stuff for a long time and trained that way for a long time. And you know, the only thing that I really got out of it was lifting less weight, less efficiently. I had no extra carryover to the field. It had no extra carryover to my injury prevention. It had no extra carryover into how I felt throughout the day. If anything, I felt worse just because I was squatting less efficiently or I didn't have a belt on the brace. So I think when a piece of equipment helps, you should absolutely wear it. Same with like straps. Like, I know there was a huge strength conditioning thing of like anti-straps, and I think that's one of the stupidest arguments you can have. There's so many better ways to build grip than to limit your legs while you build your grip. And what I found is, like, you can just have your equipment and then train a little bit more functionally, train in a high variety based way to where you're training a lot of the muscles that a lot of these functional philosophies kind of come from. Like, it's their whole approach is like get you ready for life. And then it's just like squatting, doing the same 3 movement patterns without a belt and without shoes and without straps and pretending like that's functional training. It's like, okay, if you're gonna say a belt isn't on the field or a belt isn't in life, neither is a barbell. It's like that's a stupid argument. Like, let's just train variously, get the athletes strong and competent in as many positions as we can, and let's use the equipment to our benefit to be able to do that more often and more efficiently and with more load typically. So I don't want the no barefoot shoes rant to make it look like I'm just like anti every piece of equipment. I just don't think that specific piece of equipment really carries the bang for the buck that it promises. And if you just have money to throw around and just want barefoot shoes again for how they look, how they feel, how they make you feel, or the belief that you have in them, absolutely do it. It's just not one that's in my repertoire. But other pieces of equipment are, and I think they should be in your repertoire as well. And I don't think you should limit yourself based off the piece of equipment you have to be a more functional person. I think that's a silly philosophy, and it doesn't carry over. And this is coming from somebody that's done it for 5 years and felt 0 carryover. Went back to a belt, went back to squatting heels elevated, went back with straps, and I just started lifting more weights and feeling better while I did it and moving better. So when you're looking at what pieces of equipment to train with and what pieces of equipment to spend your money on, do ones that have a bang for your buck and that carry over. And don't let people sell you on anything one way or the other, right? Let's go. Third set. All right, fourth and final set here. Let's keep it crispy. Let's go, get to some front squats. All right, to finish up today, we got 4 sets of 3. Front squats here at 325. Knees are feeling pretty inflamed. I hope it's from the diet this weekend, but they are not feeling good, so we wrap those babies up with some knee sleeves and we're going full equipment monster. We look like the Michelin Man. Let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. Set number 2 here. Keep ripping. Oof. Oof. Ooh, let's go. All right, before we hit this third set, we're gonna answer the question by Dimmy Moves. What do you think about only isos and altitude drops, question mark. And I think they're talking about the Jay Schroeder, Tommy John type approach to training. One I'm actually a massive, massive fan of. I think it's something that the athletes just neglect for so long. And it's just something that's so new to athletes, but still provides a high level of stimulus. Like there's so many exercises that are new to an athlete. Let's say they go into like a kettlebell type world where all the stimulus is new and they can get better at those exercises, but the exercises themselves are such low stimulus that you don't get a lot of global change from that other than just getting better at the skill of doing said task, which is where I believe the isos and altitude drops and the Jay Schroeder method kind of does it a little bit differently, where all these things are new, so the athletes can get a ton out of them pretty quickly, but they also provide such a large level of global stimulus that it provides for change. Now, my personal belief though is I don't think you have to go all in on just doing only altitude drops and only isos. Maybe you can do like certain phases of that, but I think when you make anything a holy grail, like there's really no reason to make it a holy grail unless you have your reasons, which I believe Jay Schroeder and Tommy John did. And a lot of it's just belief in their system, to where if they're getting this results and the athletes are coming up for that reason. But even when I lifted with Dr. Tommy John, we were still doing a ton of barbell stuff. I think the day we were with him, we had like 450-pound rack pulls for like 50 total reps throughout the workout. So like we were still using other implements. And I think that's something that's probably misunderstood about a lot of those methods as well, where they just see kind of the cool stuff and the new stuff. And it's the same thing we kind of do at Yoakum Strength, where we show a lot of the movement stuff that we do in the reels, just because like a basic barbell squat isn't new to anybody, isn't something that stimulates the mind of anybody or any ideas. That doesn't mean we don't barbell squat, it just means we don't show a ton of it. And I bet the Jay Schroeder method and the Tommy John method is probably pretty similar to that as well. And I know it with Dr. Tommy John because I got to train with him for a week. But I think there's a ton that you can get out of those methods. I just don't think you have to go only those methods, which I think a lot of people do, especially when you don't have the like expertise or the knowledge around those methods, and it's just kind of throwing out the things you're good at and the things you know how to program with, and totally adopting a new system you don't understand. And if you go through the process of understanding that system and mastering that system, it's probably worth it. But that's something that could take years to do and years to build belief in. And I think you can just do it concurrently with everything else that you're already good at, where we're lifting barbells, and we're doing the things that we know that work. And then 20% of our program is these new methods, these different methods that maybe the athletes haven't been as exposed to. And you can kind of do them concurrently. Again, if you want to go through the process of mastering and building out your entire system around these things, I think that's the beauty in somebody like Dr. Tommy John, and somebody the beauty in the Dr. Jay Schroeder is they actually lived it, believed it, and learned it. But I think if you're a new coach or a new athlete and you don't have that belief in it, you're going to quit way too early before you actually squeeze the juice out of it that you could, instead of just doing these things concurrently, doing the things that you're good at already while implementing some of these other things. And I think you can get the best of both worlds there. So I'm a fan of altitude drops. I'm a fan of isos. I'm a big fan of Jay Schroeder and Dr. Tommy John's training methods and principles. I just think for most people, you don't have to only do those things. And I don't even think they only do those things. I think that's a misunderstanding of the system in and of itself, right? So let's get this third set. Let's go. Oof. Oof. Ooh, let's go. All right. Last set here. The only thing more beat up than the body right now is the mind. But it's not beat up. It's just feeling the pancakes and the shit dive from the weekend. We do not feel explosive at all, but it's a work day. Let's go. Oof. Oof. Ooh, let's go. Ugh. 0 wins on today, other than showing up. And sometimes that's the only win you can freaking ask for. We got everything done. Let's go climb and hang out with the girlfriend. Oh my goodness. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood.